Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Several Ghanaian youth are said to have been rendered jobless following the closure of foreign-owned retail shops at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle in Accra. Owners of over 600 shops, particularly Nigerians, were ordered to close down last November for engaging in retail trade. Karen Dodu visited some affected shops and reports traders are feeling the impact.
23-year-old Hawaii seated not far from a stall, displaying mobile phone accessories including batteries and earphones. Her story was different some months ago when she worked as a shop attendant at one of the Nigerian-owned shops in the Kwame Nkrumah Circle area and earned about 400 cedis a month. With the closure of foreign-owned retail shops, her only source of livelihood has been blocked.
Even though they told them to do the wholesale this thing, and they are doing retail. That's why they locked their shop. But we are pleading with them. They should open it for us to get our job back. We are pleading with them because it's really affecting us seriously. Whether now we have since they have flooded their shop too, it's really affecting us. So we are just pleading with them to open the shop for them.
What are you doing now?
We are not doing anything. We are not just in the house or come around to just. When we see some of their customers, we just call them and go where we can get some of the good and give it to them.
Hawa is just one of the numerous people affected by the closure of the shops. The agitations of the Ghanaian retail traders for some months intensified in November, where several Nigerian traders were then asked to shut down until they produce a permit for retail trading. Jobs are not the only things affected. Prices of some electrical gadgets and phone accessories have shot up.
Because of the closure of the shops, the Ghanaians have capitalized on that and they have increased their prices. So if the shops are open, the prices will come down.
They are the ones who supply the goods for us, and now they have flooded their shops. So it's affecting us badly. Even though when they come to the market to buy goods, you don't get it before, like how you maybe the way you purchase it before. You don't get it like that because now the things have increased. So we are begging them at least.
Despite closure of their shops, some foreigners, particularly Nigerians, hover around the markets. However, they were unwilling to go on record. They reacted on why their prices are cheaper than the Ghanaian traders. They explained that they do so in order to attract more customers and clear their stock. For now, the shops will remain closed until the owners are able to present their business operating documents to the Ministry of Trade. The shops here, like many other shops in the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, have been closed due to the engagement of the owners in retail trading. However, from interactions with people, it turns out that an average of 2 Ghanaians are employed by a Nigerian shop here, meaning that the closure of the Nigerian shops is not only having a toll on the Nigerians, but also on some Ghanaian youth. And they're calling on government to revise its decision of closing down the shops that engage in retail trading. Reporting here from the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, Karen Dodu for Joy Business.
Now, the Bank of Ghana has reaffirmed its position on the recent arrest of some former chief executives of banks and other financial institutions. According to the central bank, the full reform process involves accountability and other policies to make the sector strong again. Former chief executives of Beige and UT banks were arrested last week for their roles in the collapse of institutions 2 years ago. Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afari, said the prosecution process will enhance accountability in the banking sector.
The Bank of Ghana has indicated that the banking sector reforms, which saw the collapse of some banks, is not going to end until the banking sector becomes stronger and more competitive. Apart from the chief executive officers of defunct Beige and UT Bank, who were arrested last week, former directors of collapsed Capital Bank are also facing similar charges at the High Court. Deputy Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Maxwell Opoku-Afari, noted that the various prosecutions are aimed at achieving the necessary results in the reforms process.
We have done the reforms, but the reforms cannot just end here. We have to go the full cycle and also to ensure accountability. And as you realize, the accountability process has started, that a few prosecutions are already ongoing. We must remain keenly interested in that to ensure that this process gets to its logical conclusion, so that it will ensure that we don't return to what led to this crisis again. And that, I think, the media has a very crucial role to play in helping to ensure that the full process of the reform, which includes the prosecution, is completed.
He also defended the approach, saying that any other way could result in slowing economic growth.
These reforms have helped restore public confidence in the sector, strengthen financial sector stability and resilience, and promoted ethical banking practices. Gains from these reforms have begun to reflect in key indicators of the industry, including a rebound in credit growth and banks' profitability. The media has been particularly supportive in all our processes in carefully disseminating the central bank's policies and outcomes to the public. And here the emphasis is on carefully, because if you had done it any other way, we would have had crisis. And so this is where your role was very critical.
The central bank says it has made progress in ensuring stability in the banking sector.
And that's your business update. There is pause after this break.